Hey, what is going on, everybody? It's Yunks. Today is Friday, and that means Zer is here in the tower. Now, I do not know what he has, but I do know where he is, so let's go check him out. What did he bring us last week? Pretty sure he brought us the Truth Rocket Launcher, so what can he possibly bring us this week? Let's go ahead and find out. So he is gonna bring us Telesto. Okay, we will eventually get into that fusion rifle, but let's start here with the Legacy Leg Armor Engram. This is for year 1 stuff only, so if you are simply looking for year 3 and updated stuff, you could just pass on this. Moving on to the Glass House. This is an exotic helm for the Titan, and at this moment in the game, there's no real need for this helm. There's no real use for it, at least that I know of. If you guys know any uses for this, just please go ahead and leave in the comments and let me know. This comes with intellect and discipline in the main perk here. Blessings of Light and Weapons of Light last longer. So yeah, it lasts for a little bit longer. You know, when you go in and out of the bubble, you won't have to go in and out as much. And when the bubble disappears, excuse me, it'll just last a tad bit longer. You guys know what I'm saying. Pretty self-explanatory, this perk. But yeah, there are much better options out there, obviously, for your Titan, and this is specific to Defender, obviously, and yeah, just not in a very good place, this helm. I really wish they would, add something to it a little more to make it a little more viable in certain situations, but yeah, just really no need for this. Saint 14, for if you're using Defender in PvE, more than likely you're going to be using Saint 14 for your exotic helm. Just more than likely, and if you're using Defender in PvP, you might be using no backup plans. I just don't really see the need for this, so I'm definitely not going to say this is top tier by any means, and I haven't seen anybody rock this helm since pretty much it came out. I think, didn't it come out in year 1? I think it came out in year 1 sometime. Not vanilla game, but it came out with either Crota or House of Wolves. I'm not sure which one, I think. So yeah, I haven't really seen anybody use it since then, so yeah, definitely not a top tier. If you're looking for a top tier, you could probably pass on the Glass House for your Titan, of course, unless of course you are collecting. If you're collecting, you don't have this yet, just pick it up. You guys know the deal. Shinos Vows for the Hunter. These are exotic gauntlets. This comes with discipline, and the main perk here, improve skip grenades and gain an additional skip grenade charge. So when it says improve skip grenades, it means like the tracking on them, I think. I think they just got nerfed a little bit, the Shinos Vows, the tracking on them, but they're still good. These are still good gauntlets. You get the extra grenade charge as well. Pretty solid if you're running, Blade Dancer in PvP. Definitely very solid and possibly the best exotic armor you could use for PvP with your Blade Dancer. Skip grenades are very good right now. Of course, if you're not interested in skips, you could use something like, I don't know, if you're using fluxes. A friend of mine uses Lucky Raspberry, and she's in love with flux grenades. But, if you don't care about flux grenades or the other grenades, you could just use, and you want to use skips, well, this is probably going to be the go-to armor for your Hunter if you are rocking Blade Dancer in PvP, like I said for the 3rd time. All right. PvE, I don't know. I guess these could be okay, depending on the situation, but nobody really rocks a Blade Dancer in PvE anymore. It's just very underpowered class in PvE, unless you're just using it for the invisibility. So I don't know, up to you guys. I do think it's top tier for PvP. Pick it up if you don't have it already for your Hunter. Yeah, definitely good for PvP. I'm going to just say that. Pick it up if you don't have it already. Moving on to the Ram. This is an exotic helm for your Warlock. This comes with intellect and strength, and the main perk here, gain increased armor and all Voidwalker melees attack trigger lifesteal on hit. So that's pretty nice that it triggers lifesteal on hit for the Voidwalker. This is not only specific to Voidwalker for the armor though. The armor does work for the Sunsinger and also the Stormcaller, of course. So if you want the extra armor, you could use that. Unfortunately, in PvP, this did get hit pretty hard. The Ram specifically did not get nerfed, but stuff like shoulder charge and flux grenades, which the Ram with max armor used to be able to survive those things, but not anymore because they did buff shoulder charge and flux grenades. So unfortunately, that puts the Ram in a pretty awkward spot in PvP at the moment. Still a decent PvE helm, but in PvP, it's not really going to make all much of a difference anymore, unfortunately. So It's still decent, I guess. It's still okay. You know, Ophidian aspects got nerfed recently, so that puts the RAM in a bit better spot, but not really, because like I said, the buffs to shoulder charge and flux grenades, just Warlock exotic armors are in very awkward spots right now. I think Claws of Ahamkar are pretty solid for Warlocks at the moment. Just my personal opinion. But, you know, it's still a good helm. I would pick it up if you don't have it already, for sure. To totally pick it up. Collecting or not, you know, if you're looking for top tier, just pick up these two items for sure. Pick up these two exotic armors here. Even if you're looking for top tier, just go ahead and pick these up. I wouldn't say the Ram's the best right now, but I would just pick it up. You guys know what I'm saying. Telesto, moving on to the exotic fusion rifle. Let's take a look at this thing. So we got Unplanned Reprieve. Fusion projectiles attach and detonate with a delayed void blast. Very unique fusion rifle right here. Here's our sights here if you guys were interested in that. We got Battle Runner, lightweight, enhanced battery, flared magwell, and Harbinger's Spark. Multi-kills with this weapon spawn orbs for your allies. So this is more of a PvE perk for sure. I mean, it could happen in PvP, but more than likely, this will be happening a lot more often in PvE. And here's our ornaments. I think Telesto has great ornaments. I love these things. Lingering Vestige is probably one of my favorite ornaments in the game, honestly. So there you go. So pretty fun fusion rifle, I must say. Pretty fun. It looks cool. PvP, it's not the best because of the delayed void blast. It could definitely leave you vulnerable. But in PvE, it's a ton of fun. You know, everything just explodes. It's really a lot of fun. I would totally pick it up if you have the 17 strange coins. Definitely not a top tier whatsoever. Definitely not a top tier for PvE or PvP. But it's just a lot of fun to use. And like I said, I would just totally pick it up if you don't have this already. Just a lot of fun. Moving on to our glass needles. We have this will cost you 3 strange coins, 3 motes of light, and 1 exotic shard. This will change it all to your perks and stats on your exotic armor. So let's say you want discipline but you have strength on your exotic armor. Keep rolling glass needles until you get your discipline. And let's say you have sidearm ammo but you want sniper ammo. Keep rolling glass needles until you get your perfect roll. Moving on to 3 of coins. This will cost you 7 strange coins for 5 3 of coins. Let's go ahead and pop one of these. I know I do it in every video, but just in case if somebody is new, they'll see. So you go ahead, go to 3 of coins, use that. Go over here. Now exotic particles will pop up. Grants a chance to receive an exotic engram on the next ultra kill or crucible match completion. That's win or lose for PvP. You don't have to win. And usually I'll pop this every other PvP match or before every boss in a strike. That is how I farm my exotic engrams. Once you kill that ultra or you finish that crucible match, this will go away. You do have a chance to get an exotic engram. Of course, it is not guaranteed. So there you go. Heavy ammo synths. This will cost you 3 for 10 here. And this one will cost you 1 for 3. So obviously the 3 for 10 is a better deal. If you're big into PvE activities like raids and nightfalls and whatnot, go ahead, stock up on some heavy ammo synths from Xur. This is a good deal. These will definitely come in handy, especially with the Age of Triumph coming up with all the new raids. You're going to want some heavy ammo synths, so just go ahead, stock up. Moving on to our vehicle upgrades, we have Void Drive and Plasma Drive. This will change a blue rarity Sparrow into a legendary Sparrow and also change the contour color on it. So we have like a purple here and blue here. These are very unique. I rarely ever see anybody rock these. So if you want to be slightly different, I guess you could go ahead and pick one of these up. Now we have our exotic shard exchange. This will cost you 7 strange coins for 1 exotic shard. This is pretty awesome. Considering back in the day, before this exotic shard exchange came out, if you were in desperate need of exotic shards, you would have to buy one of these exotic armors up here for 13 strange coins and then go through the process of dismantling them to get your exotic shard. And that was a pain, pain in the ass. So now they just have this. It's cheaper than doing that, and you don't have to worry about dismantling anything. Just very nice that they added this. Moving on to our Mode of Light exchange. This will cost you 2 strange coins for 1 Mode of Light. So if you want to grind up those factions, get those packages, or just simply level up your gear and, all that good stuff. If you have the extra strange coins lying around, this is always here for you. Anyway, guys, that is it for Xur this week. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.